this. Come on. And then this.
Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Katie O'Brien, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hey,
Hi,
welcome on the camera too.
Hello, everyone, and
We're on Loth
welcome.
Cats tonight instead.
Yep.
Loth Cat
Placed by
Party.
Loth Cats.
Hope all the specters fall in for the final roll call of Star Wars Rebels Revisited. 2.5 years in the making. We are starting to feel the feels, let me tell you.
Yep. I made the mistake of wearing mascara today, so seriously, you guys, this is going to be interesting.
But is it waterproof? That's the question.
No. No.
I am in my, aside from our candy-coated Loth Cats, and Jeff, you have the classic Loth Cat.
It's it's just
the
a squishmallow kind of.
Squishmallow, very cute.
I wish you were bigger, because
Call it
that would
Cutopia.
yeah, it would be a pillow.
Yeah, it is.
Bigger.
It is kind of tiny. Look how small it is.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey.
Moff Mickey.
That's me.
Dun, 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 dun.
We have quite the show
Just
tonight.
threatening enough.
We're doing a little bit of everything. We're going to reminisce. We've got some photos to share. We're going to watch the final episode of Rebels, Family Reunion Farewell Part 2. So just the farewell portion, since we watched the first half last week.
The farewell and the epilogue. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can't miss the epilogue. And, of course, wanted to spend a considerable amount of time just engaging with everyone in the chat. Like Sherry, hey, Sherry, do you remember when you co-hosted? When we forced you onto the network?
You and Sarah
She had no choice.
No choice.
That was awesome.
Just like the rest of the hosts.
We threatened to attack your home planet.
Exactly. Give us the codes.
Coercion.
David, this Ezra jacket, I'll try to stand up a little so you can really see it. It's very
so
nice.
cool.
This is the jacket that came from Colin. I'll post a better picture, but it's looking really good. I have armor pieces that are partially painted, not really put together. It's a work in progress, but I want to look good at Rhode Island Comic-Con. I think I'll bring the lightsaber, the Loth Cat, a couple armor pieces. On fleek, Spencer. The kid said that 10 years ago. I can't keep up with the
Riz,
the new lingo. Yeah. Oh, someone put up a meme and it was Seth Green, so it made me think of everyone here. Where they were talking about this is what Riz really is, and it was from Can't Hardly Wait in 1998 when he goes up to that girl at the party, and he's basically telling her, a girl like you who's so fine should not be looking that sad. I wish I could do it. Like with that line, it just sent me to the moon.
Such a yo in that scene, though.
Mm-hmm.
Such a yo.
He's a hot mess. You'll see a picture of him in our slideshow because we met Seth Green at Rhode Island Comic-Con in 2023, which is coming up. The next one's coming up. Can you believe it? That's wild.
It's so quickly. Like New York Comic-Con is in 2 weeks. I'm just getting ready for that. My badges should be in soon.
Yeah.
Panic mode planning for that. I still got to get my Rhode Island tickets. It's just everything's in chaos right now. So I'm just like,
no, I feel you. I've got Rhode Island Comic-Con, which I bought my tickets and my train ticket. Most importantly, I'll be up there Friday evening. So shout out to everyone in the comments who's going to be at Rhode Island Comic-Con. It'll be a party again. That Friday night is the meetup. Spencer, that's you're breaking my heart. Tell Special K how we can make it all better.
Oh, Kenny.
Special K. Yeah, Kenny.
Aw, thanks, Goob.
So Scooby did our Instagram reel today.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I know. Uh,
cried through my break.
when you saw the two of us introducing the show 2.5 years ago.
Oh, I was
That's
in a
wild.
bad place 2.5 years ago, so this
A,
really helps me get out of that. So
a lot has changed,
a
and
lot has changed.
you know,
Yeah. Oh my God, it's
most
already starting.
No.
some of it for the better, most of it for the better, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's been a rough couple of years, but I think we're better off for it. And certainly, this show has helped me tremendously too. I love this every Monday night, getting to talk to all of you guys and spending time with you all. That's my favorite part because like there's plenty of Star Wars um, podcasts and YouTube shows out there. Like the point of this is really to spend time with other people on the network. Like our
And
friend group here.
and purposely make them watch the things that we love.
We're making
Force them to watch along,
Simulate.
as it were.
yeah. Jeff, when you signed up to be the producer on this show, my big two-part question for you: did you think Rebels was going to become as prevalent in the pop culture that it did while we were
Oh
on?
man, no, that was like the farthest thing from my thought
Yeah.
was that
Right?
we were going to all of a sudden be super, super relevant.
Yep.
But it was interesting timing. I mean, there obviously had to be people that knew that, not amongst us, but
Yeah.
it was interesting the timing for that. I mean, it couldn't really been any better.
Yeah.
Right after Celebration, leading into all the Rebels references was just amazing.
hmm And the lead up to Ahsoka,
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
that's what I
Kenobi,
mean.
Ahsoka, Mando, Bad Batch, they all had Rebel stuff in it, way more than we
Yeah.
expected. Even places we didn't expect. Ashley, when you saw Hera in Bad Batch, did you just like lose your mind?
Okay, I have to say, Spencer, this is your fault. Blowing up my phone, I had just gotten to Indianapolis and we were there for Indie PopCon and we hadn't watched it yet. We were like 5 hours on the road, ready to go to bed, to get up early to do it all again. And Spencer's like, "Did you see Hera's mom?" And I'm like, "What the hell? No, I just got to Indianapolis." Like, it was absolutely crazy. But between Caleb Dune showing up in the first episode of Bad Batch and
Oh, yeah.
Harrison Dula showing up and Tim and Elaney and Chopper showing
Yeah.
up in the same season, it was like, oh, this show is going to destroy me too. Okay,
Mhm.
thanks. Totally
Yep.
shocking.
Great that they can continue with those characters, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you didn't feel a certain way about the Ahsoka show, which I think we have most people, I think, within the core group of the network liked Ahsoka. I liked it. I know it wasn't quite Rebels season 5, but we were jokingly calling it that. We did get more Rebels content than I expected, seeing live action Ezra, live
yeah.
action Sabine, obviously live action Ahsoka.
Jason, Hera,
Yeah, live
Chopper.
action Chopper, the mural, which is there was a
Just
there was a
seeing
lot of
Zeb.
that.
Dottie,
Just
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
Zeb in the bar in Mando.
and
That
then
was cool.
hearing it's Steve's voice and
Oh yeah,
the mocap for that.
that made it Zeb, obviously, but yeah.
Mhm.
Totally.
Yeah, Rebels
very
is
cool.
gonna continue on. So even though our little show is coming to an end, which by the way, I did not think we were gonna go for this long. We started the show in on June 6th, Order 66 Day, 2022. So about a month after we got back from Star Wars Celebration 2022, and it was right during the Obi-Wan
more like 2
Kenobi
weeks.
airings.
2 weeks after Celebration, but
Yeah.
and we had seen the Kenobi preview.
So we had a good place to start, and it was kind of awkward, but
Mhm.
we figured it out. Like,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
back at that, I was like, oh my God, I was so nervous.
It started on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
The most
Mhm.
god awful way to try to do a podcast
Yeah.
This is why
with
we
any
can't
kind of
professionally.
interesting look or anything. If we wanted that Zoom meeting look, we would have been good to go.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Oh, hey, Keith. Aw, thanks. Yeah, we'll catch you on Clone Wars Revisited. Make
Mhm.
sure you watch. See you soon, bud.
See you Monday.
Zoom.
And thank you, Sarah, for joining us. I know it's not a happy Monday. It is not a sad Monday though. I don't know how many people were actually paying attention to this, but when Oprah had her final show, she had been on the air forever. Not that I'm comparing us to Oprah.
Hmm.
But when Oprah had her final show, she did a wraparound reality show chronicling the final season. And she kept getting asked the question, like, is it bittersweet? Is it bittersweet? And she was like, it's no bitter, all sweet. And I was like, I feel the same way about this,
Yeah.
like this has run its natural course. We've done a ton with the show. We did way more than I
God,
expected.
absolutely.
Had some
And
great guests.
oh my God,
Yeah.
it's been a blast. And so we're on to the next thing. But we're going to look back tonight on some of the cool stuff we've done. We're going to ask you guys in the chat to tell us what you enjoyed most about the show, whether it was a particular episode or just the general things that we're doing. And then, we're going to talk a little bit about Clone Wars, and we have some pictures to share.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a couple of photos.
Oh my goodness. Sarah says June 2022 was right after my oldest graduated, before my husband returned from deployment, and just before we moved to Nova. So she had a lot going on at that time.
Oh wow.
Oh yay.
Oh, I've got
Yeah,
Sarah,
girl.
I've got my iced coffee like I usually do.
I got a bottle of
got iced
water on
tea.
the table behind me. So
Yeah. I didn't think about toasting. We should do a toast of
we
some sort.
should.
Whether it's alcohol or not. Definitely a lot to
Toast, I love
celebrate.
cat toast. Toast.
Love cats.
So when we originally concepted the show, like when we were ideating what would this be, I think we were thinking at first, like, we're just going to watch the episodes and talk about them. And then it started
Yeah.
growing from there, and things sort of organically fell into place, and some surprises happened. Some interesting guests. I know we got some big guests. I mean, Vanessa Marshall and Taylor
Huge.
Gray are leads on the show, and they came to our show, which was amazing.
Right.
It's interesting that Vanessa's going to start her own, or has she started her own?
Yeah, she does Twitch
Rebels
streaming.
podcast. Yeah.
So she plays video games. I think it's more for like Metal Gear, but
Yeah,
it's.
I had heard talk of specifically a Rebels related show with her and some of the other cast members.
I've heard about that too, but I don't think it landed yet. I think that they need to pick the right day and time to do it, and then every week you just need to record with someone. And you can pre-record, because if it's a podcast, there's not interaction like this. She might have 10 episodes done already. And by the way, when that comes out, we will absolutely promote it on this channel, because Vanessa is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to hear what she and everyone has to say about Rebels now that we're 10 years removed from the premiere and more than 5 years removed from the finale. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yep. We can invite her to be part of the VCN.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be cool to go back and put these episodes into podcasts, like just audio only, and like flight them on a podcast.
Honestly, I link them to my Bluetooth in my car, and I listen to them again on my way around town.
We probably should, though, create some sort of audio repository of some sort.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be the one that does it, but I could help.
What are you doing?
There it is. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Anyone in the comments, if you'd like to help out, we need to convert everything to audio.
No voluntold.
Yeah. So. But I did hear. I mean, I'm thinking I heard from somebody who owns a bar in Hollywood that we were at recently, Spencer, that that show was that's where I think I got the original cue on that show.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to reach out to that individual, you might get more info than I already had. So
I'll just message Vanessa, because I would love to be a guest on there. As a former licensee and someone who worked closely with the talent, I don't know if I qualify as the level of guest she's looking for, but I will ask. So
one of the super fan guests.
Yeah, I'm not shy. I mean, what's the worst she's gonna say? No, like.
Yeah. You also have other connections to Star Wars. So
yeah,
right.
That's the thing. I feel like I'm also one of those people where, like, if you don't ask for something, you're not going to get it. So you may as well ask. The worst that could happen is, no, or they
don't
can't
be
do
afraid
it
of
or
no.
whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Don't be afraid of no. Don't be afraid of rejection, just in general. And I think that's good career advice, good life advice. I try to live that way. I think Star Wars always talks about fear being like the enemy of decision making, and the thing that leads to the dark side, and it creates all sorts of problems. So if you can overcome the fear of rejection and many other things, you progress in your training, right? And you succeed in
Absolutely.
theory. It doesn't always land. I certainly don't achieve everything I try to.
That is the way. But you know
Yep.
what? The attempt is made.
Yeah, exactly.
As Carrie says, stay afraid of, but do it anyway.
Yeah, I like that thought as opposed to being fearless, because I think it's really hard to be fearless.
Oh yeah.
And there's
It's
always
impossible.
something, in the back of your head. And you also, if you're feeling fear, it's because there's probably some type of risk or threat out there. And I
Exactly.
think, Doctor Who has a sort of flip on this where they say, it was Matt Smith's doctor. He says, fear is your superpower. Like if you're afraid of something, you're going to run faster, try harder. Like it kicks in your adrenaline. You'll figure out a way. You'll think fast. Like if you're afraid. So I was like, oh, what an interesting way to it's that it's that philosophy of taking the thing and flipping it around and making turning a weakness into a strength kind of thing. And I can't remember what that's called, but very smart. Back when
It is
Doctor Who
very
was good.
What? It's not good now?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not the same, and it hasn't been the same. So I can't even say it's the new Doctor or the new writing. Like the 10th Doctor is great, the 11th Doctor is great. I didn't love Capaldi. I didn't love Capaldi's seasons. I don't want to say I didn't love Capaldi. I didn't love Capaldi's seasons. I didn't like Jodie's seasons. And again, it's not her. And Ncuti Gatwa's season has been like mixed. Like it's some's good, some is not good. Like it's just I don't know. There was something about the magic of Eccleston, Tennant, and Smith, and then after that, the magic's been kind of gone for a while. But that's all sci-fi shows. They kind of run their course. I think if we had like an honest discussion about where we are with Star Wars right now, I think people would say like it's kind of in a rut. It's certainly not the golden age of Star Wars. There's more content than ever. If you're looking for slices of content, you can go to a buffet, and they've got it. But is it a high quality buffet or is it like the cafeteria?
Yeah, there's been some missteps with the franchise a little bit lately, but they'll get back in their stride and be strong again at one point, and hopefully keep the quality up. But
yeah,
it's hard. You can't please everyone.
You can't sustain it for this long either. Oh, Sarah, I did not realize that Fears a Superpower line came from Capaldi. See, there's still good stuff in the Capaldi seasons. And I use that reference all the time. I've now blended it into Matt Smith because I only watch the Tennant and Smith years. It's hard with any sci-fi series to stay relevant and interesting, and I think Star Trek has really struggled with that quite a bit. They've got like 5 or 6 different shows on the air, and some are really good and some are okay. I love Strange New Worlds. I love Lower Decks. I did not enjoy Picard. And I should have loved Picard.
Later seasons of Picard were good. Like probably like the 3rd season was phenomenal. The first 2 were
I heard that, but like it's too late. Like, come on now. I mean, things get canceled after an episode now if they're not good.
I like the episode of Picard where they were at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yeah, I know.
Did they do that?
It was Starfleet
Academy.
Yeah,
it was like so clearly Anaheim.
But it was
Convention
if
Center.
you knew Anaheim, anybody who's been to Celebration since
Celebration,
then, knows the exact shots that they used.
Oh yeah.
So
it's wild. I was just like,
so
we were just there. It was so trippy.
I just thought it was. Whenever I recognize something like that, it makes me happy, especially when they don't, change it too much. If they, like, what was it, Running Man, the Schwarzenegger movie, which they're remaking. I heard.
Remaking Running Man.
Yeah, I heard.
No.
I forget who's supposed to be in it.
I just rewatched that. It's awesome, but there's no need to remake it.
So the headquarters in that movie is a building nearby where I live that was really new at the time. And then they added like 1 million stories on top of it. But the base of that building is this building here in Culver City. And, I was like, yeah, when I saw that building and whenever, but I grew up around the production. So I always get stoked when I see something that's close to where I am or something I'm familiar with.
I think what a lot of people don't realize is, you're in LA, right? I'm in New York. So many major productions film here, or at least try to get exterior shots here. I just watched the new Matlock with Kathy Bates,
good.
Which, by the way, is so good.
Don't ruin it.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I love the there is a little bit of a twist, and that's all I'm going to say. So just be on the lookout.
Huge.
Yeah, no, I know, but like for anyone who's in the comments, like the show is awesome, but like there's so much New York street footage and building footage, and I was like, I swear I know that building. I swear I know that street. But all of Manhattan like kind of looks alike like that once you're in like
Yeah.
corporate finance midtown kind of thing. Like, yeah, but it's a good time.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff that I get less happy about. Like when I see downtown LA, I'm like, eh. You know, I see Hollywood Boulevard, I'm like, eh. Because that's the stuff that everybody uses in every production to represent LA, like they would, you know, certain areas of New York. And I really get happy when I see something that represents New York that is definitely LA. Not that it's easy for anybody else to tell, but when I can see a downtown, you know, alleyway or something that I know for a fact is Los Angeles, and then it's like being represented as New York, I always get happy about that because we get represented. We represent everywhere here.
Everywhere.
California plays every state.
Did you guys watch
palm
True
trees
Blood?
in Ohio. Yep.
Did you guys watch True Blood?
No, I never got into
Season 2 of True Blood, the Vampire Hotel. That's the Omni Hotel. Sorry, the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Providence.
What?
It's the facade of it.
Shut up. That's awesome.
I swear to God, I'll compare photos for you. And I was just like, I walk past that like all the time.
I gotta check. I love True Blood. Remember we were talking about the various
Hotel.
spin-offs we were gonna do, and it was like Firefly, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I think we were also saying True Blood.
True Blood, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be my YouTube channel that makes no money. Here's a whole bunch of sci-fi shows that no one cares about anymore, and it's just me talking at you for an hour. So prepare to like collect your nickels. So yeah, but I by the way, I think we are going to watch Serenity as maybe a movies we're thankful for kind of thing. We got to talk through that with the group because I think that would be a really good one. But let's get back to the task at hand, the final episode of Rebels Revisited. I did want to talk about some of our favorite moments from throughout the years because there's a lot. Like if we go through, I mean, we did 2.5 years. We watched all of the episodes of Star Wars Rebels, so they're all covered. So you can go back on our playlist and watch any of the episodes with us as watch-alongs. And then we had on some very special guest stars: Taylor Gray and Vanessa Marshall, who we already talked about, Keone Young, who played Commander Sato.
It was an interesting episode.
Wild, and that was me and Jamie. Jamie coming in fresh,
but very different for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. He was wild. Philip Anthony Rodriguez, who was our first guest, who played the fifth brother.
Awesome.
So
first
cool.
guest and the sweetest.
He was such a nice guy.
So into it too. It was great.
Fantastic. And Julie Dolan, who is our Princess Leia.
Adore her. She's so awesome. I'm so glad she was a part of it.
I got to see her at Comic-Con like 2 weeks after that episode we did with her, so that was fun.
Yeah, she's excellent people, and I just love her. If you have a chance to go see her perform too, she's a singer. She's in a band and everything. She's amazing. Yeah, keep an eye out for her. She's always touring.
Bands.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they put on a great show. I would imagine.
Yeah, she's very, very talented and super nice, and came super prepared to our interview. She brought photos, videos, like you name it.
The reel.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was
I
unreal.
like that her Instagram is like her entire career, like from the beginning, just like different things that she's been involved with, and some of that I like really forgot. Like big things that I watched. So it's pretty wild.
It's just like Keone Young. Keone Young's IMDb was like everyone knows him for something different, right?
Yeah,
he's been in so many different things. My husband remembered him from being in an episode of Golden Girls. Like that's crazy. That show's 40 years old. Meanwhile, there's like a full-on fist fight in the comments about Star Trek. Everyone get back on task.
Don't honk
Rebels. Yeah. And so outside of that, we also we did have a lot of listicles. David O'Neill. Oh man, how many special episodes did we do that was like our favorite this, our favorite that? We did season recaps.
Put it this
we
way,
did the best.
It's all of our favorites.
Exactly. We covered everything, I think.
I was thinking I added the graphic of the ghost down in the corner, and I was thinking there was no favorite ghost episodes. Because the ghost is kind of like
character.
Yeah.
We did do like best of Ezra, best of Zev, best of Kanan. We did a best of Maul. He's in like 4 episodes, you guys. We did a best of
Hot Callus.
Hot Callus.
And yet Mike was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
you had to watch it later. Or Mike.
Poor Mike.
Sherry's got it right though. Off topic is what makes this the best.
Off the rails.
I think we could do, if we just isolated when we weren't talking about Rebels, it would probably be about 40% of the show. Without a doubt.
Good.
There are some days when I think that mall episode is the perfect example of like I don't know what was going on that week where we could not stay focused, and it's
That
like
was
an
a rough
hour and a
week.
half with like 20 minutes of mall. Like it was
Yeah.
really out of control.
But you know,
Listen.
we mean it well.
If there's other
And-
things going on, they tend to get talked about. You know,
Yeah.
Star
And we got
Wars or
a great
otherwise. So.
chat over here, and then they keep us going because you talk about like, oh, I think Agatha had premiered.
Yeah.
There you go. See, that
which-
probably had a lot to do with it.
This week was really good. Penguin was really good
I
this
haven't
week.
watched
been
either
a
of
good
those
week.
yet, so it's been.
We won't talk about it.
I
They're
enjoyed
both-
Agatha. I haven't seen the Penguin at all, so I need to catch up with that one.
You
Penguin's
will love
great.
it. It's
Penguin
so
is
good.
so good. So good.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
says-
Sarah. So I have Sam's signature already, but I do have my Rebels poster that I need to add Katie to. And as long as her line is manageable, I'm going to add Katie to my Rebels poster.
Oh,
I've been meaning to
I'm
do
gonna-
that for a while.
she's gonna go on this.
That's
Nice.
awesome. We'll wait together. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Then we can also like get a joint photo or something. That'll
Actually,
be
I'm
fun.
just gonna put this over here till I'm done because
Sarah, we'll have to make a Google file, a Google Doc of who's all going to Rhode Island Comic Con and who they want to meet and when they're going to be there. I would recommend if you get in early on Friday, do as many autographs as you can on Friday. Spencer needs Katie as well. Yep, we can all get in a picture together. Oh, we have some photos to show you, Spencer, from Rhode Island 23. Yeah, that way we can all align on like autographing and
oh yeah, Dave says
jump
he
in
needs
photo ops.
Sam on a Twin Sons piece.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I do too. I'm like,
Mm.
hey Sam, remember me from when Anne kidnapped me and brought me into the lunchroom, the green room at the celebration? I love it. It's great. Sarah says JB flipped at Katie's announcement. He has a bit of a crush. Oh, it's okay. We'll make sure to egg
She's
him on a little.
She's a good get, let me tell you. I think the Rhode Island Comic Con Facebook page, that was one of the better gets they've gotten in a while. Like they bring a lot of, I'll say, mid-tier guests, right? And then every now and then someone really pops. She got quite the pop.
I'm really excited that they got James Earl Taylor as well. Like I have the Hot Toys Mando Obi-Wan figure, and that figure is like huge for me to get. Like I cried when I scored that one.
It's a great sculpt. It looks amazing.
It looks so perfect. It's you in space, but it's the Mando armor from
So it's got
that
that
episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That episode.
So many levels.
So I've met James numerous times. I think I told you that I've been to his house and did an autograph signing with him for Authentics, and he's just like the nicest guy. He's not on my Rebels poster because when I was hanging out with him at Celebration, I had him sign, I think, something for Clone Wars, right? And I know I got in the big group picture with him. I should really add him to my Rebels piece.
Yes.
Like I feel like it's at this point we got to put everyone on there. We're gonna squeeze him in, so I think I'm gonna get James Earl Taylor added to my Rebels piece. He did the one episode, and then Matt Lanter's not. Yeah, he's in episode 1. And Matt Lanter comes in. He's got to go over Vader now because you're never going to get James Earl Jones, obviously. So I think I got to put Matt Lanter on there too. So I think that's going to be my purchasing for this Rhode Island Comic Con. James, Matt, Katie, all going on the Rebels piece. So it'll be a nice way to like close this out.
I don't think I have anything that Matt has signed, but actually, Alan has the deluxe Vader from Kenobi. So I don't know. That'd probably be a Hayden thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the time. We're gonna play the episode, but then after the episode and after the epilogue, we're gonna do a little slideshow and talk about. We're gonna show photos and talk about some of our favorite moments from Rebels Revisited. And yeah, it'll be a little show and tell. I also have to like unzip this. I'm gonna die in here. It's like 1,000 degrees. I made the mistake of wearing this is so heavy. This will be great for Rhode Island, let me tell you.
It looks like a windbreaker.
It zips all the way down. So it's like a fully functional jacket. Like I would say I could wear this, but the colors are like grotesque, right? Because it's
you're directing traffic.
I will say this is so my speed though. I would actually wear this as actual apparel and look
it's
like a
so
freak.
Ezra.
So
you need
yeah,
to
it really is.
add the armor elements and then go out like that.
Yeah. That would be insane. I do love this coat. It's nice. It's just very, very warm. And again, from my friend Colin over at Corellia Cosplay.
Sherry, I have the timestamp saved in my phone. Give me one
I was
second.
just gonna say because I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
remembering now to actually
We're
pull up my Disney Plus.
approximately the midpoint.
24, 15, 98 was where we left off.
So
Boy.
right after, let me see here.
If you didn't do anything else, if you just open that episode, it should start there.
Wherever you left off.
Yeah, wherever you left off last time. What was it again? 24 what?
24, 15, 98.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
24:16.
Oh, David, we'll talk about Steven Stanton. He is the best. Yeah, I'm glad that you got that
Oh, I have
pre-signed
to
piece from
do
him.
that.
He doesn't really do a lot of public appearances, so it'd be
Yeah.
great to bring that to get
Oh.
Sam to sign.
I could.
Yeah, I definitely need. That's a really good idea, Dave. I'm gonna have to get one too because
Yeah.
it's Obi-Wan, and I gotta add it to my shrine. I mean, my collection.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right,
Not so weird.
we're gonna set the countdown in a second. So season 4, episode 15. As a reminder, 24:59. No,
24:16 approximately.
24:16.
Yeah.
The timestamp.
So
And
it looks like
Dave-
it's when the troopers are running down the corridor.
Perfect. All right, Jeff, hit that countdown.
Here we go.
Spinning wheel of blue.
Oh man.
That's just what I
Somehow
need.
I clicked back on my browser.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Rex, and there's no OSHA violations, I guess, in this handrail-free place.
Very, very handraily.
Rex teaming up with Ketsu against
And Hakalis.
Rook. Of course, he's fighting with Zeb.
We need to update the timestamp. This isn't going to work.
Yeah, I could. I thought about that after the fact. I don't think I can add to it.
Oh no! Everyone will have to do the math in their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
That's fine.
Or we could just lose it, one or the other. Everybody sort of knows where they're at. I can always
we'll
just
put periodic updates in the chat.
I'll just switch back to this, not to confuse anybody.
Yeah, and then when we hit the 30-minute mark, like throw that in there so people know.
I just remember this is the part we lose somebody. Oh.
I will say I'm still blown away that they really gave us the Emperor. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like I was hoping. I wasn't expecting it. I thought we were going to see Vader again. And maybe we get an Emperor via hologram as Vader talks to him. But like the Emperor interacting with Ezra is just crazy.
As the Emperor, not as Darth Sidious.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a very papal kind of look there.
Mm-hmm. This is his public-facing look, you know?
Right.
Like, look at me, I'm dressed like a pope.
I'm glad they brought back Ketsu also. I tend to forget her when I talk about the group of people who took back Lothal, because she's not in all of the episodes, whereas like Hondo is.
Right. Melch needed to be in more episodes.
Yeah.
The team.
They totally should have had Melch instead of the droid that is with Hondo in Smuggler's Run queue.
Oh, I know. Look how cute he is. He just runs in. Gun. He's so dramatic. Well, when this aired live, I was screaming at my TV. No, you killed Melch.
You can't kill Melch. He's too cute. He's too little and cute.
Back a little bit.
Oh my God, Spencer, you're right. I should absolutely wear my Corky shirt. I think James would have a field day with that because he and Anna
Yeah.
Graves are very good friends, and he loves Duchess Satine, and loves all
Oh.
the conspiracy theories about there being a kid. Katie
Yeah.
Sackhoff will have to be reminded as to what is,
Yeah,
you know,
agreed.
what's
Like, she
happening.
loves her Star Wars, but like
Yeah.
James and Anna are in the thick of it, and I think they'll
Yeah.
have a blast with it.
I think I have enough room on my dance card to have some costume changes. Yeah, I am looking at the shirt compared to what Ezra's wearing on screen, and it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, I just need the armor.
Yeah, if you had those shoulder pieces.
Which I do have pieces. I should,
Oh,
you know what?
oh, you guys.
Yeah, this whole thing with his family is
Oh,
pretty
Gregor.
hard, pretty dramatic for
Gregor, no.
all that too.
I don't know how this works.
So if you
something-
have a choice to live the life they want, why deny yourself? Oh,
think it's
Ezra,
the shoulder
nar.
How does this work? I have to figure this out. But like
Then it goes-
tonight's obviously not the night.
Flip it
The
around.
gold part is on the outside.
So
The
yeah.
Velcro is on the front, I think.
Yep.
Although,
Yeah.
No, there's two Velcros.
This.
Up. Yeah, the
Something
longer
like-
one comes down. No, the gold
Yep.
goes towards your shoulder. So
Oh.
flip that one's like the wrong side.
Oh.
Put that on just the opposite. Nope. Put it over
Why
your
can't I do
shoulder.
this?
Put it over your shoulder,
Oh.
but
Like
turn
that?
it around 180 degrees.
Flip it around. The other
Turn
way.
it around.
Oh my God.
No. You had it right,
Yeah,
but you needed
right
to.
like
Yes.
that. Right
Now
like
keep
that.
going.
Mhm.
Yep.
So there.
like
Now
that.
put it like over your
Put it
shoulder.
over your shoulder now.
The way you're holding it. Drop it over your shoulder.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then slide
look
it
at-
in. Slide it towards your chest a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't know how well it fits, but I think that
doesn't-
part right here needs to come out a little and sort of fit in.
Yeah. See, this
You
is
can
where
see how Ezra's
everything's in
wearing it.
pieces, and this fight with
Yeah.
the Emperor is amazing. Sorry, I'm fully distracting from like the Emperor versus Ezra,
You
and my
may have to
inability to
do-
put on basic armor.
You may have to do some
Alright,
adjusting to
got
that
you.
armor.
Oh yeah.
this is-
Well, yeah. I have some bracers. The bracers are actually really nice. Like this looks.
This is so cool with the hologram of Palpatine
Mm-hmm.
turning into Sidious.
You can't keep it forever, buddy.
I wonder how did he do that? Because was that how he was seeing him?
He was force protecting a
Oh, he's
kindly look, but that's how
Right,
he is
okay.
all the time.
Right.
And I love how Ezra finally detaches from the want to see his family again, and he's gonna miss them. But
The Last Temptation of Christ, as I call it.
Yeah.
get him, Ezra. Just broke your shit. Palpatine doesn't know what it's like to have a found family. Palpatine is just pure cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
You get some Praetorians. Ezra's like, nah.
Yeah, that was amazing too to see the Praetorian Guards actually do something. Yeah,
Like-
Sarah, I'm gonna need your help at Rhode Island Comic Con. I'm also gonna do a double check on some of the painting that I need to do on this armor. I knew it wasn't gonna be ready for tonight.
It's okay.
But yeah,
You might need to do something like with a heat gun and to make it fit
yeah.
a little bit better, depending on the size of your chest.
Ezra pushing rocks, using the
Mhm.
force to push rocks.
Yeah.
He's throwing rocks.
And Zeb taking down Rook.
Oh yeah.
Finally.
Was that Mads? I'm not Mads.
Warwick Davis.
No, the voice of Thrawn. Is it the true Thrawn? He sounds a little off. You might be a little bit off from where I am, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah, it does sound different.
I always forget the brothers' names.
Mads and Lars.
Lars is it.
Bye, Rook.
Hmm.
Crispy chickens.
He doesn't sound like Lars.
Yeah, he sounds like maybe Steven Stanton doing an impersonation in this episode.
I would
Perhaps?
be shocked if they didn't have Lars in the final episode.
Yeah, that is kind of weird timing. Hondo's happy again.
Hope we see him in another stream of content. He would be
Mhm.
really fun in Skeleton Crew. Maybe he could be a pirate who helps
The
them get
kid.
away from Vane, right? Helps the
Right.
kids. He's used to helping kids now.
Well, there was that whole rumor of that's what Ahmed was going to play, but that wouldn't have made any sense anyway. I'm not Ahmed. I'm sorry. I can't remember his name. Steve Urkel.
Oh yeah,
Jaleel.
Jaleel White. Yeah. And now he's they revealed his character, right? In that
Yeah, and
PW article. Yeah.
Aw.
He's been seen. I don't know if you heard his voice yet, but his what he looks like has been shown.
Oh,
Ooh.
poor Gregor. Oh.
And now he sounds right. That's weird.
See, this is where Ezra should have just killed Thrawn. Shoot, 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 shoot,
Yep.
shoot, shoot.
Just
And
keep
then-
shooting.
This is what we call plot armor.
No, it sounds like it's Lars. It's weird, but
So, no one here
Purgles.
saw Purgles coming, right?
At all.
No way we're gonna
No.
pretend.
The last thing I was thinking they were going to show.
No.
if
Live
you
action.
say you knew about Purgles, you're working behind the scenes on this show,
Yeah,
or you're a liar because
I would've-
nobody saw this coming.
I would have said
This
wolves.
too.
Right, wolves were on my list.
Yeah, wolves
Um,
definitely.
Yeah, and
Not even
and-
those weird like space mantas. Like
I really thought Bail Organa and Mon Mothma were gonna lend an assist because they trust Ezra so much. But I kind of love that it was Ezra and his like little ragtag crew, and then this nonsense. Like this is so Rebels, right?
like Vizago of all
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah, leading the
Zago,
charge.
Ketsu. Like we're talking about the deepest of the
Matt,
deep cut characters.
Matt and
Yeah.
Purgles wrecking shit. It's good.
Doing some damage to those ships.
Like really, we're taking down Star Destroyers.
Mhm.
And everybody's just in awe. They're like, what?
Uh-oh.
When did this become the plan? Well, guess what, Hera? It's working. I see you. How's it going, Throne to Throne?
This is... yeah.
Get
It is
him.
the way Bendu foretold it.
Mm-hmm. Don't mess with the Bendu. They know what's up.
It's a trip that those tentacles are getting used as like tentacles as opposed to
Mhm.
they seem like they'd be more about helping them navigate
Ocean, yeah.
like a fin,
Oof.
and then they're acting like an octopus or something.
Ezra, damn. So he was injured. He looks like he's got a blaster shot into his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed it back.
I love the floating glass.
Powering up. Oh,
Crazy.
kind of wish the Purtles just crushed him.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's up to all of you now.
Everyone's stunned. Mm.
That whole pack of ships just gone. And everybody is how we feel right now.
Stunned.
It still hits. That's the thing.
Is that the plan? Wolf.
I did not realize this was a mobile base either. I mean, a
Hmm.
lot is revealed in these like final
Yeah.
episodes.
You know, this last half of just of this episode has so much stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm. I like that she goes down with the ship.
Mhm.
This is so cool to see this take off.
Yeah. Use that saber.
If I were Chopper, I would have flown low enough over her head to just clunk her on the way up. Just saying.
Mhm.
Missed opportunity for chaos right there. How are they still firing? Like, bro, you don't stand a chance.
Whoops. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I love that Chopper gives Sabine Ezra's lightsaber. That's awesome.
Get
So
them
he
out of there.
knew. So he had the lightsaber. He knew that Ezra wasn't coming back.
Oh
This
yeah, she totally does, Spencer. I've asked her about it. It's one of the coolest things ever.
Mhm. Yeah, Sarah, this is the very, very great representation of Star Wars in general, I think.
Load them up, kids. And Mart is like excelling at being a pilot.
Mm-hmm. Weird mix of
Yeah.
alien randos banding together, taking down the Empire.
Oh.
It's great animation too. The explosion is awesome.
Oh yeah.
With that, yeah, that burst thing. And of course, the ghost saves the day.
Bye, bitch. Think of all the debris raining down on those poor people.
Oh, yeah.
No, they have the
Insane.
shield up.
Oh,
Yeah.
touche.
Yep. I thought about that and I was like, the shield is still up. Yes.
What about the birds flying through? This hologram of Ezra reminds me a lot of the
Oh.
Star Tours holograms that they have
Mm.
now with Leia and Ahsoka and Andor and Grogu and Mando and all the old ones.
That's something Kanan taught me. Zeb, you can have the top bunk back for now. Aw. I left a melee run in your cabin. You guys!
Oh, yeah, they mentioned that they kept Lethal. They won Lethal without the Rebel Alliance, but they can keep it without them. With their little crew.
People are happy.
And why is Callus still wearing Imperial shit? Come on.
Yeah, we need to get him a uniform change. Oh, he was infiltrating, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Being a spy.
yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, because he's a junior level officer there. Look at that.
Thal has been freed. Arrest these bitches.
And
Yeah,
by arrest,
girl.
we mean, kill in the public square for fun, charge admission,
TV
etc.
show, children's show.
Oh, here we go. The epilogue.
Yep.
Those first several shots are recreations, basically, of Ezra's in the first episode.
Empire
Right.
wants to fight. We'll be ready for them.
And there's the Jedi starship.
I must be a little bit behind because of my Wheel of Doom.
Yeah, you're 15 seconds, 20 seconds behind, something like that.
Sabine is just at the tower now where they're
Yeah.
fresh to do.
Yeah,
the
5 seconds. Yeah.
Love cat, love cat, love cat, love cat.
Where you at, Merle? I love that armor so much. I'm so glad they put it in
There.
live action.
Now Callus is out of his Imperial gear.
He's only super hot Callus. Both cats, both wolves. Oh, it's a surprise.
There's the picture.
Oh, that mural. I chased it all around the world in 2023.
I love the animation juxtaposition there with the mural versus the 3D characters. There's Ahsoka looking on. La 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 la.
I love that mural shot.
Oh,
Yeah, Dave. I'm keeping an eye on that.
This is the part I hear. I love the live action recreation of that.
Mhm.
Like you said, the mural was all over the place, and there it is.
I need to get that Hasbro helmet. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's very affordable. Yeah.
But I'll wait till you guys come out with it too.
So, if we stay watching the credits for a second, the main cast each gets their own title card, and that's when they reveal Dave Filoni as Chopper.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
I
Very cool.
screamed at my TV. So cool.
Oh, amazing! Oh, it's making me sad now.
Mm.
Only because I don't know if we're gonna hit that kind of high for me on a Star Wars. I certainly haven't felt it since then. And it's not to say the other projects were bad or anything.
And Dave Filoni.
But nothing's really done it for me the way that Rebels has. I personally haven't connected with any other property or any particular movie or TV show within Star Wars the same way as I did with Rebels. I know some of it probably comes from I don't want to call it nostalgia lens because I'm like an adult, right? But it was the first property I worked on as a licensee. And I just fell in love with it while working on it and the people, and I was in it, and we were unraveling the mystery as we were going.
Yeah.
There was just something magical about that. It was also during the height of Disney taking on Star Wars and releasing the new trilogy and Rogue One and everything else, and it was chaotic but in a great way. Yeah, it was
Interesting time.
Exactly.
The first time I saw it, it was the first Star Wars thing that I watched right from the beginning, because Clone Wars was on for years and I kind of felt overwhelmed by it. But Rebels, I was like, okay, this is an interesting little core bunch of, rebels, and it'll be fun to watch. And then as the show goes on, like Ezra and Zeb and Sabine and Hera and Kanan and Chopper, we have our found family. We find a family in these 7 specters.
They're so fleshed out. They did such a great
Totally.
job with the writing of all the characters.
Oh, so amazing. And I don't think we could have gotten this anywhere else in Star Wars
Yeah.
at that point. And that's why it was so appealing to me.
What's
The
some of
found family component for sure.
the stuff that when they sort of, if they can do it from scratch but still have all the elements there, it really hits. That's like with the first season of Mando. It was the same kind of thing where it was, it wasn't established. These people were peripheral to whatever else was going on for the most part, and but still played a heavy hand.
Yeah. Like there's
So well
this
written.
balance that you need where it needs to matter, but it can't be so critical that if you don't watch it or if it does something you don't like, that it's a problem. And
Yeah,
I think that's where
fair.
we are. The stakes seem like too high for every MCU project, or they don't matter at all. But there's no in
Yeah,
between. You know, like I know people who are saying like, "Eka, that doesn't matter," and I was like, "It probably doesn't," but I bet you it's still going to be great, and it
it's
is
gonna be
great.
fun.
Yeah, certainly going to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Patty LaPone's a lunatic, and Zashir Zameda. This was her episode in the last one. So if you haven't watched it yet, like she's the main focus. It's Jennifer
Ooh,
Kale's
interesting.
trial. So
Oh. Mm.
it is spectacular, and she says some of the magic-y words in the episode
oh,
that made the
the
internet explode.
buzzwords. Yes.
There's some
Oh,
big ones.
interesting.
Meanwhile,
He's
I've got a
being
kitty.
accosted by a kitty.
Yes, a critter, a real
Oh,
kitty.
The tentacles
Hi,
from the Purgle
Hixie.
tentacles are trying to take
Exactly.
Darth
Yeah.
Von
Ah,
Ohlen
they've
away.
got me. I'm going to a galaxy far, far away.
I'll see you in 10 years.
Let's look at some pictures and we can reminisce while we're looking at the slideshow because I think that'll be fun for everyone. So this is a little PowerPoint we threw together. It's not comprehensive, but it is a little snapshot of what it's been like the past 2+ years here doing Rebels Revisited.
Oh, you
Um,
guys.
so all right, go
I
to
only
that
added
for-
one photo. So.
Yeah, that's our cover. This one is Ashley. Do you remember this?
Oh no! Yes, I was obviously, as you can kind of tell, I'd had a few to drink, but like I saw you talking to Spencer in the corner, and I ran
This was
over. I was like,
Anaheim,
"That's my
right?
co-host." Yeah, that's at
Yep.
Biggs.
That's
yeah,
a Biggs.
Yeah, I love
And-
that outfit you have on. It looks cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's like a Ray like
it was
cosplay
Ray
light.
inspired. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
El Hoffer design sweater and the arm bracers. And I had, you don't see it in this picture, but I had Han Solo leggings on, like the blood striped leggings with my Ray boots, because it's kind of like
Nice.
her tribute to Han. And I saw like a concept art of it in the making of Last Jedi, and I liked it. So I kind of did my own little spin on it. But that was our first business card.
Business
First
cards.
official group, or the first official host photo.
Host photo. Yeah, we can host.
Mhm.
And then we printed business cards with the QR code and brought
And
them to
there they are,
celebration,
right
and like
there
we're
on
Gave out
handing them
tons
out
of
at
them.
Biggs. Yeah, we were
I still give
wild.
them out at cons, so
I
they
gave
go
all
right
mine
into
out
my
at
art.
Bakersfield, but yeah.
We need new ones for Clone Wars and Daughters for Rhode Island. So
Yeah.
we have about a month. I got to order them like next week. And I think I'm going to ship them directly to you, Ashley, since you'll be there before me.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can disperse between me and Spencer and you.
Yeah, I'll definitely include them
So
in
yes,
my
this
bag.
is, we'll call this like episode 0. Yeah, this was
Yep.
the prequel.
So this is the first time I got to see you as
In
like
person, and-
person since you hired me at Tops.
It's crazy. It was easily 5 years. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So so
unreal.
crazy. Vanessa gave them out. Wow, yeah.
Okay. We look so young, even though it's only 2 years ago.
I had so much less hair.
I love that swoop though.
Thank you.
My hair varies. It goes from short to long and then back to short, only because I'm lazy. I try to get a haircut every 2 months because more than that, I just find it annoying. But yeah, we did the little red card kind of look, and we were like, this is Rebels Revisited. Let us tell you everything about ourselves and ramble for an hour. We were very high energy on
When we
episode
I
1.
was so nervous. I was literally, that's like outside at my bathroom / my ex's room in my old apartment in Ohio. So it's wild to be looking at that place again. And, just crazy
And again,
time
this
capsule.
was on Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the Zoom logo in the
Telltale
corner.
sign with Ashley in a circle for whatever reason.
My
Zoom
blurred
decides
background.
That. Yep.
Zoom
very,
just did what it
yes.
wanted.
Yeah, that was it. And we kind of just had to sort of do what we could around that, which was
Yep.
unfortunate but fun.
Here's the good news. Our careers and livelihoods don't depend on this, because if they did, we would be living in a gutter.
Living
Well,
in
but
a
it was very
van down by
fun.
the river.
Exactly. All right, next slide. Here we go. We're into our special guests.
Oh my
Taylor
goodness.
Gray, Ezra himself, who, by the way, is in that new SNL movie, which I still have to go see. I'm going to try
oh,
to
it's
do
great.
that
I
next
saw
week.
it on Saturday.
Oh,
It was
I
a
heard
lot
good
of fun.
things. Yeah.
How
It's
is
fun.
he in it?
His character, he plays Al Franken, and they're sort of like comic relief between things, and they do a great job.
Oh, yay.
And he's like lost in the character. I mean, you can't say, look at it and say that's Taylor Gray. He's very Al Franken and very like he's
Oh,
got the
wow.
curly wig and
Mhm.
glasses, and he kind of
I
disappears.
didn't recognize him when I
Yeah,
saw
he
the
definitely
picture.
disappears.
Yeah.
That's trippy. Oh my gosh.
But it's a lot of fun. They did a pretty good job with all the characters or the actors they got to play the different cast members were, really hit on certain things that
a lot of the
particular person did.
mannerisms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Dan Aykroyd and how he talks.
Yeah, truly. I mean, at times it's not perfectly, spot on, but for the most part.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Well, Taylor was an excellent guest and
He
gave us some
was.
great stories. He's good people too. If you ever have a chance to meet him at a convention, I highly recommend you do it.
Yes.
And we also had, and we talked about her already on the show, Vanessa Marshall, who is just the sweetest, the
Ah.
sweetest, the sweetest. We brought on Jamie for that one because
Oh, yeah.
this was like
We had to
a
bring
dream
on
come
Jamie
true for
this one.
Jamie. Yeah. I love Vanessa. I got to spend a lot of quality time with her at Celebration 2019, behind the scenes in the green room. She's just
Yeah.
she's just a cool lady. Like she's just someone you want to spend
So
time with,
cool.
like want to go do karaoke with.
Right.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
I got to meet her at the same celebration in Chicago, and she signed my Hera bus, and I literally cried in front
Mhm.
of her at her table because like how much Hera meant to me.
Yeah.
And it was just an absolute mind-blowing experience to be able to talk to her on our show and get inside her head on the things
Mhm.
that are important to Hera. Yeah, Mark was like,
No
"Nope,
more.
I'm cutting it off.
This
We're
made
not
us.
doing this."
I mean, we would have shined if it wasn't for the Zoom problems.
Thank
Yeah.
the maker for StreamYard.
I love StreamYard. I thought of
recommend that.
StreamYard because I did an interview on another podcast
it
and they
worked.
had me on StreamYard and I was like, oh, I don't know anything about that. Like it's super easy. And then we
Yeah.
did it and I was like, yes, this is what we need to do.
No going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's a
how
good-
cool is it that I got to have my art as our background for this? Like,
Yeah.
that meant the
She
world
loved
to
it
me, guys.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
She was very
love
excited
it.
for you to be the artist of that picture right there. She's like, you drew this? I remember that. She was very impressed.
Oh, thanks.
Very cool.
Who else did we meet? Philip Anthony Rodriguez, our
Philip.
first guest. Our
Yes.
first guest on the network.
He had a lot of insight into like how they record and how little he knew about the character going in,
Mhm.
and how intimidating and scary this character ends up being in season 2, and just becoming a huge threat to not only like the Rebels crew but the Rebellion and Jedi and hiding everywhere. So
He
cool
was
to talk to him.
really cool on the show and very into being on the show, I think, as well.
Mhm. He stayed on with us for quite a while. That
Oh, yeah.
that
It was
interview
fun.
went for about an hour and a half. And he is always working too. His IMDb is another one where he's been doing this for a long time too. He's an industry veteran, and every now and then he'll do a convention because he'll be in something sci-fi specific. And yeah, he can sign autographs forever because he's done it.
The hustle is real.
Yeah, for
It's
real.
so cool.
He's
And he was
a
so
good
sweet.
guy too. He's fun.
Yeah.
He's very cool. Kind of like Vanessa. They're just like cool. They're like the cool kids. And so it's cool to be around them.
And
Who else we
especially they
got?
love the property so much and they get to talk about it
Oh,
and
yeah.
then be a part of it.
He knows his Star Wars.
Yes.
On the other hand, Keone Young does not know Star Wars, and I say that with love. I love him. He was so fun. We met him at Rhode Island Comic Con. He has a trip. And let me tell you, so something
fun.
happened, Ashley. I forget what it was, but Jamie swooped in at the last minute to do this interview with me. And I don't know how we got through it because like we asked a question and then the answer was to something completely different. And again, I'm telling you this with love because Keone Young was so excited to be on the show and talk to us. And we talked about nothing we had planned to talk about. And it
But
was
the cool part
awesome.
is, like,
He
even the
was,
stuff that you talked about was like theater insightful, and
Oh,
the fact that
it was
Jamie
incredible.
was on the show,
I couldn't
and
have planned
kinda-
a better interview.
yeah, and Jamie was like a theater kid herself, and just they had a nice little rapport going. I watched that as soon as it was like up on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, you guys, you did so good.
It was wild. The stuff we talked about was all over the place. I mean, because he's done really interesting stuff in his career,
So
from
cool.
dubbing.
A long career too.
Oh yeah, for over 50 years, right? Like I was saying, Jason recognized him from Golden Girls. That's middle of his career, basically. Like it's kind of crazy. Like he talked a lot about doing a lot of uncredited dubbing work on a lot of kung fu movies. Like just the amount of stuff that he's done is so weird and interesting. And yeah, from theater to TV to movies, like he had stories for everything. Not one thing I could have prepared for. And he did remember, Spencer, he did remember me from San Diego at San Diego Comic-Con this year. If he ever goes to Rhode Island again, I highly recommend you get to meet him because he also did a bunch of other voices for cartoons. I think G.I. Joe Dave was one of them, but yeah, there's a whole bunch.
That'd be awesome. Oh man.
And that was the summer of Snips leading
It
up
was.
to Ahsoka.
Summer of Snips. That was a moment. It wasn't a moment. It was like 12 weeks. That went on and on. We
then they-
overscheduled that. We were watching all the Ahsoka related content and then
they-
doing our speculations of what was going to happen. Holy Christ.
And they
It was so
moved the
much.
date of the release on us at
Oh.
least once or twice. I don't remember.
I was
They
gonna
did
cry.
it once, and we were just like, "Oh, what do you mean it's not next week?"
I was like, I'm out of content. There's nothing
Yeah.
else to watch.
It was interesting.
But yeah, Summer Snips was really fun. That was the first big program I think I planned as like the programming director for the network.
Right.
Where I was like, hey guys,
That
let's get all the shows to try to like
thing, right.
align on something and get ready for it.
I
And then
got
Julie Dolan,
More Summer
again,
Snips.
cool lady. Yeah, the Summer Snips was busy. That's when we had Julie. It's when we had Vanessa. I believe that's when Keone came on. And yet this was right before the writer's strike. We like just got her in time. Because then we were at San Diego Comic-Con and we were in the writer's strike. So we couldn't even go do anything really. She gave us quite the insight into what she does within Star Wars. Because it's not just Princess Leia and Rebel. She's Leia in a few other places. She's friends with all the other Leias that are out there.
The Legion of Leias.
The Legion of, the Ladies of Leia. It's Kat Tabor, Julie Dolan, Misty Lee, Anna Graves. I'm missing someone. Shelby Young, who's amazing also. Yep. They're all fantastic ladies. And they like hang out. They did lunches. This was pre-COVID when they started doing the lunches with Leia. And they're just like fabulous women. Like we need to get them on to a Daughters of the Galaxy or a Clone Wars.
And she's even in Star Tours. Like she's Leia's.
Oh yeah, she's the hologram version of Leia.
So if anybody matches Leia's cadence and her tone and everything, Carrie's cadence and tone, it's definitely.
She included that in the reel that she sent us to play.
So cool.
She was the most prepared guest I've ever seen to anything. Like we did a little pre-discussion and like we talked on Zoom. We emailed and then she sent over a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
She's awesome. Hey Dave, I found her figure before it like was out at a vendor in Rhode Island Comic-Con, and the guy wanted $50 for it. And I waited a couple of months, and by Christmas it showed up in Target for $7.
Yeah. Oh, she had a handful at her table when I met her at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, that's rad.
Talked about how her husband had tracked them all down.
That's so cool because nobody's actively looking for that, which is a shame because it's such a phenomenal episode.
Yeah.
And she has a totally new outfit.
I was gonna say it's a cool look too. It's a very specific Leia, and you're right that her voice is like right on for Carrie. Like it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
She was a fabulous guest. And then Dan's. We had to throw Dan in here because I consider him a celebrity. I've known Dan for about 10 years now from my time back at Tops. He does the Coffee with Kenobi podcast. He's done a bunch of stuff.
He's through Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the best people in the fandom, really, which is why I wanted to make sure I included him in the slideshow. I just love Dan. Everyone should go follow at Coffee at Kenobi, whatever he's doing, or Coffee with Kenobi. He's always got something brewing. Just good
No pun
people.
intended.
Yeah, he's been up on the Celebration stage. He's done official things with Lucasfilm. Yeah, hopefully he'll be at Celebration Japan. I'm sure he will in some type of official capacity because he works
Yeah.
with Lucasfilm quite often.
That's
This was Bad Batch. We didn't just cover Rebels. So this is why Rebels ran for 115 episodes. Well, Rebels Revisited ran for 115 episodes as opposed to like the 80 or so of just rewatching. Aside from the listicles and the best ofs, we did things like we covered Bad Batch and Mando and all the others. And so
season 2 preview.
Bad Batch season 2. I remember I was so begrudgingly like, I don't want to watch this. You can't make me. And then I liked it.
And then we made you, and you
Yeah.
watched, and you like.
The network made me. Yeah.
You were
But it was good.
voluntold.
Like, let me tell you, Bad Batch season 2 was really good. Bad Batch season 3 was great. It went from bad to good to great. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I couldn't have pictured it would be going like that. Oh, our Andor August and then some.
And then some. Because they extended it again.
That was another thing that they
Another one.
Delayed.
I knew it too. I was like, we
they
better
couldn't
have something in
stick
our
to
back
their own
pocket.
timeline.
Hi, Lori.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That's so trippy.
Yep, and that was one of the. We did a lot of Mon Mothma episodes because we knew she was going to be featured in the show, and anything building the rebellion. Them Saw Gerrera episodes. Secret Cargo is one of my all-time favorites of Rebels. Like it's like a near perfect episode. Love it so much.
It was interesting having all these shows with elements that we were aware of just based on trailers and stuff. There's Mon Mothma. We better, talk about her some more or whatever. So that's kind of fun.
We were pretty good at predicting what would be relevant, even if it was just hoping more so than predicting. Like I was like, I hope Mon Mothma is an important part of this show. I mean, they brought back Genevieve, and she's prominently featured in the trailers. But you know how that goes; it could be a cameo or something. And then, damn, she was a huge part of the show, and like even more important than I expected she was going to be. And that show, and I got to say, Andor is the best Star Wars I've seen since Rebels. Like,
really looking forward to the next season.
Yeah, I think we're getting it in
Not prepared,
Q1. Would they
though.
say March?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. March or April. They'll
25.
probably bump it, and it'll be April right before Celebration.
Andor April.
There you go. Or you know what? If they were smart, they'd wait till after Celebration. I mean, there's no reason to.
Yeah, they should hype it
rush
up a bit. Do May the 4th drop or something.
Yeah, something like that.
No, but if they can play like the first episode at Celebration, it'd be.
Oh, that would be fun too.
Oh my goodness! Look at us.
The Halloween Spooktacular.
We look so scary.
Oh my God, my Grand Admiral Thrawn and your Hera. Which, by the way, tell us again who made the headpiece.
Hyperspace Props made my goggles. They 3D printed it, and I did the paint and the finishing and the sanding.
The great Boonta Eve Special Edition sponsor.
Yes, they were awesome. So I got that from them. Dress is Elhofer design. Necklace is Occasional Geek. I just have a headband on because my hair was wicked short and it was.
You didn't have your tendrils or whatever.
No, I have an Elhofer design scarf, like a hooded scarf that has Hera's Leku in it.
Oh, right.
And that you can kind of like put your hands in at the bottom of the scarf.
Oh, cute.
But it's really, really cute. I have a Ahsoka one as well with like the Montreal printing.
Oh, nice.
But it's hot.
Yeah, believe me, the zipper
is knitted and it's hot.
The zipper's at my belly button at this point.
We understand.
Yeah.
You look so
I had on
you had your Wookiee hat on.
The chewy.
I love that. I like when we put Jeff in the tiny box. It always makes me laugh every time you sort of that. I mean, I'm wearing full De Nuo Novo.
Oh yeah.
Still available.
Get it.
Yeah.
Be cool.
We dressed up again for Halloween the following year too.
Did we?
Did.
Yeah, I almost forgot but look at how good we look. We're Mandalorians. We did Mando.
I don't think I came on camera for that one, but yeah.
I didn't see a screen grab where you were on camera for this one.
Right.
But yeah, that's the hooded sweatshirt that we never made. So I have like a prototype.
Wow.
And then the dark saber from ages ago when I think the same version, Jeff, that I gave you when we started doing the Chasing the Darksaber, which, to be fair, that's kind of like the real prequel to all of this. Is like when I came on the network to do
Get it.
the Chasing the Darksaber thing. That's what led to
That's what
the
happens in
conversations
BTS.
with Spencer about like
That's
the
right.
show. Yeah,
Spencer
wild.
commented on that earlier.
So
Let's see if I can
crazy.
find
Yeah,
it.
that feels like 1,000 years ago, doesn't
It
it? Like, it really does.
And
I
it
was super nervous for that. I had you think my Google Doc was crazy? The notes I put together on the Darksaber was like a magazine. Like, it was
I believe
unreal.
it. I believe it.
Anyways, I'll look for that later. And
then we launched a spin-off.
We did. Getting Jamie on for Vanessa and for Keone, and also like recapping like our favorite episodes of Rebels. It just kind of led to the Daughters of the Galaxy being created, and we've been having fun every other week since. Well, most weeks, because it just ends up being weird in the schedule. But yeah, we first starting off with Leia, and yes, where are all the T-shirts that came out of this show? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I should yeah, I'm gonna ask Jason to bring my stuff over.
Yeah, Spencer. Another supposed to be one episode, and then oops. Yeah, we know how that goes.
of course.
So
All
many
right,
T-shirts. So many T-shirts. Pride special.
That's our prize. Meanwhile, look at the look on my face. I don't know what Mike probably just said, but I just love. I happened to screen cap it right there, and I was like, "That's perfect." So what a fun group, right? Like this is our LGBTQ representation on the channel. Not all of it, but like we do have a nice mix here, and it's actually like the Rebels crew primarily, the Rebels Daughters crew, and then Mike holding down the other two shows. This was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, my tank tops too. Yeah. But like yeah, that was really nice that we got to do a Pride show last year. We didn't do one this year, but I think we should do one again next year once we need more content to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big
Big
explosions.
Day explosion right there in the middle.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then
saying that all year.
Aubrey stole that line for when she talked about Agatha coming up.
That's right.
Basically.
It's fine.
She's the gayest thing in all of Marvel.
Speaking of Aubrey, Aubrey's in.
No?
She's also she's amazing so far in Agatha, but she's also in Megalopolis, which I saw on Friday, which is a weird movie.
Thank you.
Her characters. He got some good stuff.
Is that all your tank tops?
Well, no, it's the T-shirts. So I mean, we could do this after we get out of this slideshow.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have more photos. We actually need to start going faster, as I'm realizing. I made a lot of slides. Okay, this was San Diego Comic-Con 2022. So there's Jeff and Lamont.
Rick Solo and Chew Morty.
Yep. And there's me and Ashlee in the corner wearing our masks because it was still COVID-y.
Yeah.
But that was neat. I love that picture of the two of you guys.
Yay, my Shang-Chi bounding.
Anyways,
cool.
I wanted to make sure there was a shot of Ashlee and I in there, so I found that one with over in the booth.
Very
and
cool.
More of you guys.
New York. That was a fun one.
Kick some Dianoga ass.
Yeah, that was hanging out in the 501st section. Yeah. And then, oh man, this was one of the best conventions you've ever been to, Rhode Island Comic-Con 22. I mean, this was wild. We met Keone Young. There he is in the top left corner. We met Bonnie Piez, Baru crew in the house. That was fantastic. We met Katie O'Brien. We met a bunch of cosplayers.
Up there.
We got a photo with
Joanna's in the shot with Katie.
Yep. I got a photo with Angie Mayhew before she passed. So that was really cool. My friend Matt and Laurel made it happen. So that was really nice. But yeah, that was such a fun con. We were running around like maniacs all weekend. Oh it was totally worth it. We got pictures with Grant. We got pictures of Grant and little Luke.
Little Luke.
We got pictures with little Cassa or Cassian.
Yep, he was at the dinner too.
There, yeah, he came to our dinner. That was amazing. Such a good kid. And
There's the
Dave and his
dinner.
family showed up.
Yeah,
That was
I didn't
cool.
recognize him without the beard.
Yeah,
I was
what
like,
the
who's
hell?
this
He
tall
He was
man?
freshly shaven, I think, around
He
that
finally
time.
shows up, and I'm like, "Do I know
Yeah.
you?"
I literally did a double take because I didn't recognize him. Like it was that because you're at those things and you're sort of half paying attention, being like, where have I met you before? Like
Yeah,
what
you're like,
convention when we're at next? And I'm like, who's this? I was
yeah,
like, oh my god, it's Dave. This was a good group. Look at this.
yeah. We have
This is Rebels Revisited on the road. These are the road trips.
This
of
was
the
Right.
show.
wasn't this the first big Rhode Island meetup?
dinner.
The
Yeah,
year before was big too.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, this I don't. We weren't.
this is the continuation.
Yeah, this was a nice big one.
I see my cousin and my friends in here.
Mhm. There's little Casa there too. So
Yep.
Yep,
There he
that's
is with
us.
Justin.
So cool.
It was
And
such a good
Matt,
time.
Laurel,
Whoop,
Keith.
sorry. Let you look at those for a second.
Yeah.
There.
Jason. That was the one year Jason came. It was so
Yeah, he's
cool.
not coming this year.
Frank
Jason!
there.
Too much for him.
What?
He could do
Joanna.
dinner one-on-one with people. This is too many. This is
I
like a
understand.
panic attack ready to happen. Oh yeah, then
Co-host.
it's flash forward to Celebration 23. We got Skip in there, and I hope that he and all of his family are doing okay, and everyone down in North
Yeah.
Carolina. I know it's been like a rough few days with the storm and everything. But yeah, we got to see him at. By the way, I didn't put in like a ton of pictures from. I could put in a whole photo album of Celebration, but I want to make sure we got Skip in here, and then Dan and Spencer as well, hanging out with Baby Grogu at the booth.
Also, can we please talk about your Cassian Andor jacket?
That is pretty
Oh, yeah.
badass.
Yeah. I have a prototype without the clip
Okay,
that I've been
please.
wearing, so that's my go-to fall jacket.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
And there's the mural, the
I
premiere of the
love
mural.
my damn shit.
Mhm.
Especially when you guys to say you went over and touched it. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
when
touched
when
it.
the unveiling or whatever happened of that, and you're like, the mural's here, where everybody was losing it.
Oh,
I
it's
They had
fully
the
lost my
tarp
mind.
over it, and I was like, oh my god,
Mhm.
they really have the mural there. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was taller than the barricade, and so you could
Yeah.
see it sticking
Sticking
above.
up.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So cool.
This was San Diego just a few months later, and we had a nice big meetup there too. Chris Bartlett was there. A few different celebrities came, and
Yeah,
it was
there's
Jeff. You helped
Leilani.
plan this.
Leilani's there, and the double for Leia. I forget her name. Molly, I think maybe.
Molly, yep.
And then
Yeah, there's Mike.
Mike's husband even made an appearance there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Jason though.
Sergio.
He's like, never again, thank you.
And Chris and his girlfriend and a bunch of people. The Skywalkers are there. This
Mhm.
was probably, I think, a handful of people had already left at this point, but it was a pretty
Yeah,
good
and we had more
turnout.
people than this, and then we remembered to take a big group photo. That's always what happens. Wait till
Yeah.
we get to 24. And again, this is like a spattering. This is Rhode Island Comic Con 23. So there's Seth Green, Ashlee, Spencer, Lori, me.
Alan.
Yeah, there's Alan sneaking in the back, and yeah, Chris
had my head.
Bartlett being abducted into the Hall of Fame. That was really fun.
Did you say
Abducted.
abducted or inducted?
Abducted. Oh my God. Also, yes. Well, tomato over here.
Yeah, pretty much. That does apply.
Freudian slip of the year.
We need to make up an abductee shirt.
Oh my God, I want to get that. Oh my God, I would be an abductee. That's awesome.
Dead. I love this.
Oh, look at that. It's hawking the trek again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right back hawking the
With
trek.
the Spencer photo bomb where it's like, why aren't you just in the photo?
That's the best part of the picture. So I was like, oh, can you hold our stuff? That's the worst part. I was like,
Since we're just holding our stuff.
Yeah, hold all these things. There he is. I gotta blow that up for him in like an 8x10.
And everybody looks weird except for Brent.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, Brent looks like the only normal one, and I'm like, it was one of those things where like it just legitimately did not occur to me grab Spencer to get in this picture. And then I think throughout the rest of the convention, we were all very good about jumping in and out of each other's pictures. It was much better.
That's how we do. And check out
this is this year.
So this is the meetup for Comic-Con 2024 in San Diego. Big, right?
Before the family
really
vacation.
big.
Yeah, it was gigantic. Oh, there's my sleeveless.
There's the gun show.
Bam! It was hot in there. It was, and people are wearing their like racers. I was like, you people are crazy. But it was a really nice turnout.
It was
It's
more
so
for
much
look.
fun this year.
Right, Dave? Gun show all day.
If I could live on a
Laughter show.
beach, that's my actual dream. It's just to live on a beach. Like it's such a low fucking bar too. Like that's an easily doable thing.
Right.
So this is a rare photo because people like Dave and April and some of the other people that made it to the family vacation were able to make it to the con,
Oh, yeah.
whereas they normally would be maybe on the family vacation, but not at this part as well, which was interesting how it backed up against each other with Comic-Con being announced right after I think Spencer had solidified the dates for the family vacation. So that was interesting.
Yeah, it ended up really working out. And then speaking of family vacation, I put in a couple pictures. I wanted to make sure that we showed Sherry and Sarah. And there's the big group picture. So if you don't see yourself in the zoomed in picture, you're probably in the big one at the Falcon.
That's amazing.
And then my celebrity interviews are just cracking me up. Just one after another. They were great.
With the Shionos, which I was just like, oh,
without a doubt, my favorite. And I don't
So
want to say
cool.
that I have favorites, but oh my God, my favorite for sure. They were the best. Yeah, it was such Sarah, we had so much fun at Disney. It was so great hanging out in real life. And we're going to do it again in Rhode Island. It's like a month away.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
That crew, I love that. That is such a good shot.
This was such a great trip. Thanks for everyone who helped make it happen. I know Spencer really did like a ton of planning. Jeff and Dave did a ton of work for the family vacation. I just showed up with a microphone on one of the days, so it looked like I was doing a lot of work, but it was not. And Kat did a ton of work. A bunch of people put in hours and hours and hours of their lives to make this a really fun experience for everyone. So thank you everyone who worked on the vacation. And thank you everyone for joining us in the chat, and being a part of our show for the last 2+ years. I did want to show everyone before we close out some t-shirts. There's our family vacation t-shirt. That's the one you're wearing, right?
Yeah, I froze up.
And then this was the red one. This was the staff shirt, which I didn't.
Oh, that was the for the 3 Buntas. Yep.
Yeah. And then I've got the True Mandalore. This will be the first shirt that I wear on Clone Wars Revisited, without a doubt. We have to start on Clone Wars shirts. Here's the Big Gay Explosion shirt, which is still up on our TeePublic store. Big Gay Explosion.
Get one of those.
And I've got Rebels Revisited in every cut and collar, man. Like this is the V-neck in a turquoise. I've got the Rebels Pride in orange.
Oh, very cool.
Of course.
Yeah. The regular, where's the Virtual Cantina Pride collection? These are not all of them. And then Rebels Revisit, another V-neck. Where are all my sleevelesses? I think I packed away all my tank tops because summer is basically over. And then this is the one that I wear to death, like the standard short sleeve orange. Like this is the core shirt.
Good.
Yeah, that's
you
the
gave
one.
me a heather blue one too. So
is that the
I
one?
have
Yeah.
the V-neck. Yeah, so I have that one. But man, Clone Wars Revisited tees coming soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show starts next week. We gotta get that shop up there. So we also have to plan our first episode. We were gonna meet with Skip this week. Now might not be the time. So I think that Ashlee and I will take the lead on episode 1 and clue in Skip as to what's happening, if he can join next week, if it's doable. But yeah, is there anything else we wanted to talk about before we say goodbye to everyone?
So on a sad note, we do have to say that rest in peace, Robert Watts. He worked on several of the OT films and was instrumental in the artistry and getting it to look right. And he's also Jeremy Bullock's half brother. So may the force be with him. And we also have to say happy birthday, Lonnie. I haven't seen her in the chat, but
she must be partying.
Yeah, she's out living her life, but we want to wish you a very happy birthday, and we thank you for spending all of your time being nerds with us on Monday nights.
Yes.
Love you.
I got to see Lonnie in person both at the vacation, and then she came into New York recently, so we had a little jaunt around the city. And And I encourage anyone, if you're coming to New York, shoot me a text, send me a message. Let's hang out. Let's get a drink. Let's go do something Star Warsy or not, or something different. We just had drinks and we had dinner and then drinks and hung out.
There is a meetup Friday, October
Yes.
18th for New York Comic Con, so check that out if you're there.
You will not believe it. I'm gonna miss this meetup. I'm so mad.
No.
I'm
Same,
going to
yeah.
Salem, Massachusetts, and
So you're coming my way.
you can't make this up. I'm going with 12 other people, and so they picked this weekend a year ago, and I was like, well, that's not going to jump in. That's not going to, conflict with New York Comic Con. It's never that week, and we couldn't go the week after because Halloween, right? Like it's the weekend before Halloween would be impossible at Salem, so that's why we're doing it that weekend. Don't you know it intersects? So there I am. I'll be up in Massachusetts in Salem. So I'm gonna miss the New York Comic Con meetup, which is very sad. But I will be in Rhode Island, which is
This
only 2
weekend.
days later. So there we go. Friday,
Well,
November
not this
1st.
weekend, following couple weekends.
I will be taking a 2 p.m. train up to Rhode Island, so I should be there by 6, something like that. 6:30. Yeah, it's getting burned at the stake. That's the goal. I saw a meme recently where it was like, live your life like they would have burned you at the stake in a prior time.
Facts.
Also, this weekend is LA Comic Con as well as ICCCCCCC.
IC cubed.
Spencer's there right now, right? Spencer, are you already in Nashville or
I think
Knoxville?
leaves later in the week, but there will be a meetup on Saturday between a couple of really cool panels. So if you're in LA, come and check it out. I don't have an ICCCCCC graphic, but there's a actual Boonta Eve special edition there. So
that's gonna be
check out
awesome.
the page and look for that stuff.
I wish I had the time to go. I'm out of vacation days. I'm also drowning right now at work. It is spooky season, which is great, but it's also my busiest season of the year. Aside from the fact that it's kind of like the tail end of product development, everyone wants to know how their products are doing in store, as do I. Like, I need to pay attention to how things are going, and we're using the information we're gathering right now to plan Halloween 25. So it is just a lot right now, and I have open headcount on my team, but as I mentioned for the past couple of weeks, I've been saying I'm understaffed. We did make an offer to someone, and he said yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he said yes to the dress, and so he starts on Tuesday of next week, so the 8th. So I'm just putting it out there into the world, like, yay, please send help. Yeah, so I think before we go, just I wanted each of us to say something to thank everyone for joining us. I really truly appreciate this entire fandom, like the virtual cantina. This Facebook group is a lot of fun, and I'm a licensee, so I have a lot of interaction with a bunch of different fan groups, and I get invited to do podcasts and be on YouTube shows and all that kind of stuff just because of the job I have, not because of who I am. So it gets your foot in the door into different things, whether you want it or not. This was the first group where I said I wanted to not just visit, but like be a part of it, where I wanted to create something and work with the other people on the team and say, we should do something special here. And that was really where Rebels Revisited came from. It was never a thought of like that I need a platform to talk for an hour each week, or I need to make money, or, people need to learn about Rebels. It's really just, I thought we could do something really fun. And I knew we could do it with these people. So when Spencer recommended Ashlee, I was like, yes, I know her, and we should. I'm gonna call her, and we should talk about it.
Yeah.
And we started talking about the show, and it just took on a life of its own. Yeah, it's very one of us. I feel very at home here, and everyone I've met in the chat, like who've gone from being like fans of the show to now being friends in real life, and I consider like this friend group part of my extended family, the found family that we talk about in Rebels. Like I really feel that, like, and every time we go to something like Rhode Island Comic Con or the family vacation,
it's so
like,
evident. Yeah,
these are, I love all of you guys, and this has been wonderful. And you're not going to get rid of us though, because we'll be back in a week. Yeah. I think that's why it doesn't really feel that sad, or it doesn't really feel over, and it's like hard to process, because it's like, we'll see you next Monday for a totally similar show.
Yeah. Different but similar. Oh, thank you, Lori.
Yeah, Lori, I love you so much. You know that. And Sherry, and Sarah and
Love
Mr.
you
Barnes
guys.
too, who I'm excited to meet.
JB.
Everyone in the chat has been just wonderful.
Honestly, yeah, like getting roped into this by Spencer has been an absolute blessing. I didn't think that I would ever like. I'm pretty reserved. I can be outgoing when forced to be, but I'm a pretty chill person. So I didn't know if I would be okay with being on camera every week. And after a while, yeah, you just get used to it. But
Yeah.
I was so nervous, and just being a part of it and just letting you guys guide us into the direction that our show is going. Right from the start, we said this is about you guys, and you definitely brought it into every single show, every single week. Getting to talk about this show that we love so much and is a huge part of who we are, um, week after week, and be completely unhinged about it,
Mhm.
and proudly unhinged about it. It's just been wonderful. And you guys, I couldn't ask for a better crew. Jeff in the chair, killing it week after week. Like, you're a part of this too. We honestly couldn't have gotten so far without you, and we're so glad you're a part of it. So
Thanks.
you're welcome, and can't wait to do this again next week, just in a
Oh,
different
there you go.
format.
You won't be back next week, Jeff. Though it's fine.
Well,
But yeah.
I'll get to watch. Like I said,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy the view. It'll be
Yeah.
nice.
being
Yeah.
Either unavailable for one reason or another, but actually being able to tune in at times is
Yeah.
always fun. So it's a different kind of vibe to be able to sort of just be goofy with everybody in the chat, as opposed to having to concentrate on other elements of the the production, as it were, like I'm
Right.
doing right now. But it was fun. I like you said, Mark, about the group itself, though. I went to Disneyland on Wednesday with 3 other members because of this group. I
Yeah.
would not know them or have interacted with any of them otherwise. So, being able to hang out with people that you've met through the group, which people tend to do at every con, it seems, as well as special things like, family vacation or whatever kind of specific meetup there is for some sort of, outside event. It's been very cool to have that kind of connection.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the events and everything have been a huge deal. Getting to run around conventions, getting to run around locations that you didn't think you could be a part of. Like, the family photos were great, and during the family vacation, like, you guys got to do so much, and it's so cool to see. But it really has been an honor, and I can't wait to just be nerdy about Clone Wars this time. So
Forget Japan, we have a meetup as well. So
yeah,
with not so virtual cantina meetup, little more informal, and anybody who's going to be in Japan, definitely want them to swing by.
and think of that view. Come on, you guys, look
it's
at
going to be
that.
insane.
Oof.
That hotel is
You better have a drink for me, because that's 4 days away from my birthday. So.
okay. We'll have 4 drinks. Everyone will have 4 drinks for
Yes,
Ashley.
one for
Ashlee,
every
you know
day.
what's going to happen? You and I are going to be running the virtual celebration news desk from
CNN.
America on a 12-hour delay.
We're back.
I know. Well,
I'll be getting texts from Spencer at 5 a.m. while I'm brewing coffee at work, and just be
I
like,
know.
"Oh
They're
my
8
god!"
I think, what is it, 8 hours
hours.
here? So isn't it more like,
Oh,
or is it 8
12
hours?
from it's 12
Yeah.
hours from New York to Japan.
Yeah.
crap.
So it's probably
Okay.
15 for you, Jeff.
No, it's the other
Right.
way. We're closer.
No, you're closer geographically, but you're further timeline wise, because you're
Oh.
3 hours behind New York, and we're still going east to west.
There's
So
going to be quite the difference in timing
Yeah.
for sure. So.
yeah, it'll be
Dang.
12 hours for New
Dang.
York, 15 hours for. It's basically a different day.
You guys will be like ending the con and going to bed, and I'll just be like,
Yeah.
my phone will be blowing up all night long. So
I
it's
can't
totally
think
fine.
about Celebration 2025. Frankly, like, we are not ready for Clone Wars Episode 1 because we spent so much time preparing for this final
I
episode.
know. Oh my
So
goodness.
and now Skip is literally underwater. So I
Aw.
think that we're gonna have a lot to do in the next week. I'm also so this weekend I'm actually doing Ahsoka. She gets to make a special appearance.
Hi.
Hi Ahsoka. Thank you for joining us on the final episode. I'm going to Sleepy Hollow on Saturday, so
Nice.
spooky
So
season is
cool.
starting off in a great way.
It is
But that means I have to
upon
spend Sunday getting organized for Clone Wars, just like
Oh,
Yeah.
putting some stuff together. It won't take long, but
high
um,
pressure.
We need to have
Yeah.
that stinky punky muffin graphic ready to
yeah,
go.
we
at
need
a
to have them
moment's
ready to
notice.
go. I'll get ready to press that button. But yeah, Jeff, any final thoughts before we close out, or Ashlee?
It's been fun, mostly being behind the scenes and just sort of listening to you guys talk and throwing my 2 cents in every now and again. But also the amount of info and research and things that both of you guys put into the show, which you were already very familiar with, Rebels, that is, not Rebels Revisited. But then being able to, talk about it and, equate it to other things and have it line up with new properties and all that stuff was just very cool to be part of. Very cool experience.
Aw, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, we did put a lot of work into this, and at some point I will
And you
publish
guys
That
made
Google Doc.
the Google
That
Doc.
Google Doc.
The Google
I-
Bible, we're
The
gonna
Google
call
Bible. I got to make a few edits and maybe scrub a couple things, but honestly, I do think everyone who has access should save a copy. I'm definitely going to
Yeah.
save it, and if we can put it up as a PDF without it being an issue, I wouldn't mind sharing it. Like, I think it would be
Yeah.
interesting to give some insight as to
it.
what
So
we did as a show.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's over 100 pages, you guys.
111, I think, was
Yeah.
the last count that I did. Let me look.
Jeez. Yeah.
So roughly a page an episode.
Yeah. And there's also like a big list.
No,
We
it's
were making sure
100
we watched every episode,
112.
Yeah. So right about, I got to do a little bit of editing just to clean it up. Like at some point I lost track of like, did we watch every episode in season 4? I knew we were doing it, but I was keeping track of like the dates that we were watching everything and all of that.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh yeah, Dave is the voice of God coming in. Jeff
Jeff.
is the voice of God rather.
Dave
like,
started
from
that
behind the
way on
scenes.
the Unifying Force. Originally,
Mhm.
the Unifying Force was Dave producing with Kat and Geo, and he had so much input that they decided he might as well be on camera.
Yeah, I
I don't
that's a
think I
great
had
move.
as much
Yeah.
knowledge to warrant that. So
Right.
here and there was fine. Last couple episodes was fine. When I liked the episode where I was chilling in the hot tub, that was kind of fun.
Yes, I love your little boxes.
That was
This
the
is-
benefit of Zoom. It made it like that illusion happen. I can't do that quite the same way here. It would
Yeah.
require much more manipulation. But
This
So
still
you're
cracks me
like,
up
I'm
though
gonna
that
make
your
you work for it.
this
Yes,
box, the fact that your box is like, I don't know, what is that, 30% smaller than the one we're in
last
right now
week
is
I let us all have the
ridiculous.
same size.
Yeah.
Last week, me, you, Skip, and Ashley all had the same size. So I was
This
like,
is
I'm gonna
very
go back
silly.
to the. I'm a little bit smaller. Also, it gives me the ability to display some of the graphic a little bit better. That's part of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine.
so-
Dave gave us what were those wonky graphics that like we were? Oh, it was the Loth Cat
The
that we were
Loth
trying to
Cat.
fit in. Those were
Loth Cat head
great.
and-
We should have done our favorite overlays.
Oh yeah, that would
so
have
many
been
of
fun,
them.
fun in the slideshow for sure.
And
yeah,
that,
it's
the
so
low
ridiculous.
cat here just fit perfectly into the
Mhm.
outline. It was so
Oh
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The wacky outlines for the video windows, I think I used more just sort of general shapes here, and in the watch alongs I would play around with those a little bit more
Yeah.
for the regular Thursday night show. But I know Dave had a good time mixing it up to those ones during the few weeks that I wasn't available. So
Yeah, it was very
That's
cute.
good.
The
He's
Lego
like,
ones on
"Favorite
Thursday look great.
So good.
oh, that was Dave as well. That was
Yeah.
fun. He even missed the first episode, but he made it available for me and Spencer.
That
Oh,
was
nice.
so cool.
But yeah, that was kind of fun. Again, it's a little weird with trying to get the video window to fit, but that one worked out pretty well.
Well,
Oh,
we
and
should
the-
mention this
and the
Thursday.
mall.
Jeff, you're going to be on with Dave and Spencer, right? Thursday, or Spencer's not going to be on because he's at the show.
No,
He's
right.
at
It's me and
ICCC.
Dave, and we're coincidentally, since you were so adamant
Mm-hmm.
about not wanting to watch a specific movie leading into the show that you're going to be on,
I know. I
we
saw.
figured
Way
this
to
would be the
go.
perfect time to fit in the Clone Wars movie.
Great.
And we get to have our good pal cruise through.
Yeah.
So we get more of Stinky on Thursday because
I have to
the whole
say-
thing is about Stinky.
I have to say, everyone thought he was the most annoying thing about Ahsoka and about the Clone Wars in season 1, and honestly, like I didn't watch it. I didn't know. But after watching it with you guys the last time you watched it and just getting to know him and how crazy he is, like that is perfection. So I just thoroughly enjoy that.
That was fun to
I'm the
have
queen of
him
random,
as
so it works out.
him as a mascot was fun, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed making swag that featured him for.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We are pretty
Yeah.
deep though. Look, we're an hour 45 in, so
yeah,
I don't
how are you
blame
all
him.
still awake with us? Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love you
well-
guys. Look at this. 10 of you in the chat here at least. It's
Everyone
great.
should watch on Thursday. I shouldn't say everyone should. If you want to, because I'm not
It's a
going
good way
to.
to lead into a
Yeah.
new show that is
Yes.
premiering on the
Yes,
network.
agreed.
Very,
This is
very
the
soon.
prequel to the show because, like I said, here's what I promised. Actually, we're gonna start the Clone Wars Revisited series here on YouTube next Monday. So a week from today, with season 1, episode 1, and we're gonna go in production order. But at the end of season 1, we're gonna do a season 1 wrap up, and then we're probably gonna watch the micro series. And then we might do the movie either before we get to season 2 or much later in the run, maybe before we do season 7. Because like you guys just watched this movie like a year ago or something, and I think you're watching it again now. I feel like it's been watched. So maybe we'll do it a little bit deeper into the run. Maybe after even
Yeah.
season 5, before we get to the lost season, right? And then we'll do season 6 and then we'll do season 7.
I
don't
had
know.
considered
We'll do it.
suggesting some of the micro
Yeah.
series or all of the micro series as opposed to the movie, but I thought
Yeah.
I'd throw out the idea of the movie, and then that just happened to stick with the rest of the guys. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh my God, Sarah Barnes, chronological order blocked from the next chat. Block.
We had talked
Blocked
about
and
that
reported.
before, didn't we?
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah.
doing production order. I will die if I have to go out of any. If I
Yeah.
can't just
Oh
hit the
my
button to play
God.
next episode,
That would
you
be a
will
hell
lose
of a
me.
Google Doc right there.
Oh,
and everyone knows we're going in cold, right? Like we're just
Yeah.
gonna watch the episode and
Which
find
would
out
be
what
Meanwhile-
happens.
too.
Yeah.
meanwhile, we log on for one show and Mark's hair is completely white, and we're like,
all
"What
gone.
happened?" And you'd be
It's
like,
already evaporating. Look at
chronological
this. It's terrible.
order.
It's like, it's all falling apart.
"Aw."
No, I know it's actually really not, Sarah. It's not terribly difficult, but I feel like we're just gonna run the production order.
Bro.
You know,
Easy.
for my
Easy
own
to
sanity.
keep up with, easy for people to follow. Easy
Exactly. Plus, if you think we know what we're talking about, wait for it. Like I was very good at Rebels. I am not great at Clone Wars, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have a really fun time figuring it out. And that's what I'm looking forward to. It'll be a very different type of
Yeah, I was
show
gonna
in
say.
that regard. You know,
It'll-
like
at least one element will be very different, and then that is how the watch along element is structured, I would imagine. So.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the prep. We're not going to do as much prep work. It's going to be a little more off the cuff. There will probably be a smaller Google Doc, despite the fact that there are 7 seasons of this show. So it'll be definitely a different thing. Yes, heckling in the comments. You're free to heckle. We love it. I like the banter more than anything. Like how much of the show became what went on in the week, what's going on in pop culture, what the off-topic topic was. You know, Firefly Revisited. Here we come. Like that's the kind of stuff that's really
Still
fun.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Still gonna do it.
Yeah, and we're definitely still going to do it. So with that in mind, actually, as we say goodbye forever, one, we'll be back in a week. But Ashlee, you'll be back in 2 days. Tell everyone what we're doing in 2 days.
Oh my gosh! So Daughters of the Galaxy. We're gonna make it a fun week, even though you guys have already done the watch along with the boys on Thursday nights. We're gonna recap Rebuilding the Galaxy. And
fun.
the lunacy that went on that show, like so much
mhm.
fun. And we just need a fun week. Everything's been a little chaotic for everybody. Like we previously mentioned, there's been a lot going on in the South with the hurricane and the devastation that's been going on there. So we just wanted something light and something kind of to just brighten the mood a little bit.
Interesting takes on established Star Wars female characters and all the rest of the characters as well.
Absolutely. And just we Jamie's gonna want to talk about Darth Nubs. Like it has to happen. Like if there was ever a discussion that needed to be that was the one.
Yep.
So we can't wait to discuss with you. So
Yeah.
Darth Jar Jar too. Oh my goodness, the Dark Falcon, totally.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna suffer. Good
I'm
time.
so excited to go
handlers.
over that.
Everything.
the Nerf herders, Nerf handlers.
Handlers. Yeah.
He wanted to be called a Nerf handler.
So if you were a kid
That's
and
great.
you loved your Legos and you loved your imagination more, this is the show for you, and we can't wait to talk about
Oh yeah,
it.
the
with you guys.
mashup ships are insane.
So fun, right?
Yeah.
And we're big nerds, so we might as well just talk about it. So we'll see you on Wednesday night at 9 right here with Mark and Jamie.
Yep. Yeah, you guys on screen. I'm the man behind the curtain, like Jeff usually is on Rebels, just producing on Wednesdays.
Disembodied voice.
Thursday, the watch along for Clone Wars, and then Sunday. Why don't I have the graphic in front of me? I'm never ready. I think it's Jedi Archives because they're doing something with the
Yes.
comics that I didn't know about. High Republic Adventure issue number 4, Now or Never Part 1. That's a lot. The boys will tell you what that's all about because I don't know.
Yep.
And then next Monday, a week from today, probably with just me and
No,
Ashlee,
wrong
given the
graphic.
situation in North Carolina.
You're so
for-
used to it.
I
for
need to make a
Clone Wars.
new.
I know we
a
need
new
to do a thing
banner.
for Clone Wars Revisited.
Not yet.
And
It's-
again, thank
Here,
you so much.
Right
Oh,
there.
Spencer says live interviews from IC Squared.
Oh boy.
Yes, Cube.
Cubed.
Sorry.
Yes,
Cube.
we
Here
got to
we
get
go.
all that content. I'm sad I'm going to miss that, but everyone have a great time at IC Cubed. Please
Here,
take a ton of
I
video.
updated it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Clone Wars Revisited.
It's happening, kids.
It's a thing.
Yes, it's a thing.
It
It's really
exists.
happening.
It's like Skeleton Crew.
I already have my T-shirt picked out. And with that, we're so over time, but thank you, everyone. We knew we were going to go long tonight. This is even longer than I thought. Thank you, everyone, again, for staying with us for the past 2 years, for spending your Monday nights with us. Jeff, for producing basically every episode of this show, teaching us how to do it so Ashlee and I can run shows on our own, for
Right.
making our overlays and our graphics, for keeping things moving, for setting up the StreamYard. You
We're
and Dave,
styling.
keep
Yeah.
this network afloat
look
every day.
good.
Yeah.
Damn good.
It's been really fun, and thank you everyone in the chat who comes to talk and hang out with us. For all of the guests that
A
we
lot more
had.
fun.
Yeah, Ashlee, you've been an excellent co-host. It's been so fun.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
been a
Yeah. Oh
great
my
time.
gosh. I love you guys, and I'm so glad I was a part of this with you. Honestly, we couldn't have done it any other way. So
This was the
so
this was the
stoked.
magical mix.
Yes.
Somehow, I don't want to say we're the best trio on the network and start a fist fight, but I'm gonna throw hands with someone. Yeah.
Scrappy.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. So, all right, with that, join us next Monday, everyone, for the premiere of Clone Wars Revisited. We will
Amazing.
see you there. And thank you again for doing this journey with us on Rebels Revisited. Ashlee, do you want to send us out?
May the force be with you guys.
May the force be with you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mm-mm.